Cris Cyborg, born and raised in Curitiba, Brazil, member of the famed Showdown team. Cris Cyborg, the most feared female.
Dakota Ditcheva's greatest challenge is on the horizon, and her name is Cris Cyborg. While much of the spotlight has been on Dakota's incredible knockout power and undefeated streak, a Brazilian legend looms in the background, one with even more devastating finishing ability. We're talking about a woman with 12 first-round knockouts and 3 second-round finishes, compared to Dakota's 9 first-round victories and 2 second-round stoppages. The numbers don't lie, and today we're diving into whether this veteran powerhouse could be the one to hand Dakota her first professional loss, or if Dakota has already proven herself as a superior knockout artist in women's mixed martial arts.
By the challenger, level change, and Cyborg ends up on top, ground and pound, and a bit from the canyon, it's over. Cris Cyborg with the 12th first-round knockout finish. Cris Cyborg remains Bellator featherweight champion.
Cris Cyborg, with her 12th first-round knockout, continues to reign as the latest featherweight champion. Her career has been defined by sheer devastation, amassing 12 first-round finishes and 3 more in the second, for a total of 15 early stoppages that leave opponents stunned. In comparison, Dakota Ditcheva's 9 first-round knockouts and 2 second-round wins are impressive, but they highlight that the young British star may not be as untouchable as once believed. Cyborg's early-round finishing rate is nothing short of phenomenal, the product of nearly 2 decades spent perfecting the craft of ending fights quickly and decisively. But this battle isn't just about numbers, it's about legacy. Cris Cyborg embodies a brutal, unforgiving spirit of the early days of women's mixed martial arts. At 40 years old, she's been dismantling opponents since 2005, a time when Dakota was only 7 years old and more likely watching cartoons and studying fight footage.
Big shot again. This shot again. This is the Cyborg that we have lost. Ronnie shot her. And it is all over. Cris Cyborg. It's the Bellator featherweight world champion.
Cyborg's career spans an extraordinary 20 years of professional competition, during which she has faced and defeated some of the most dangerous women ever to step inside a cage. Her list of victims reads like a who's who of women's MMA royalty: Gina Carano, Holly Holm, Julia Budd, Marloes Conan, and many others who were considered elite in their prime. Unlike Dakota, who relies heavily on her exceptional Muay Thai background and the devastating body shots that have become her trademark, Cyborg enters every fight with a far more complete arsenal. Holding black belts in both Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, she has the ability to finish fights standing or on the ground, though her preference has always been to render opponents unconscious while they are still on their feet.
Cyborg spells it. Cyborg spells it. All right, beat him out. Cyborg Jukino victorious. She defends her into featherweight champion.
What makes Cyborg truly terrifying is her ability to maintain finishing power across multiple weight classes and organizations throughout her legendary career. She stands alone as the only fighter in MMA history to capture world championships in 5 major promotions: Strikeforce, Invicta FC, UFC, Bellator, and most recently, the PFL. Dakota Ditcheva, despite her remarkable talent and flawless professional record, has only been competing in mixed martial arts since 2021, a mere 3 years compared to Cyborg's 2 decades of battle-tested experience. While Dakota has been dominant in dismantling every opponent placed before her, including her historic knockout of Tyler Santos to claim the PFL Flyweight Championship and $1 million prize, she is still essentially a newcomer when measured against a legend like Cyborg. The Brazilian has weathered multiple generations of elite fighters, constantly adapting and evolving her game as the sport itself has grown around her. The technical aspects of their games highlight fascinating contrasts that could shape the outcome of a potential clash. Dakota's Muay Thai base, honed through a gold medal performance at the 2016 IFMA World Championships, gives her outstanding timing and distance control. Her fight-ending body shots stem from years of perfecting the art of targeting the liver and solar plexus with surgical precision. Cyborg, however, brings a more well-rounded arsenal that may expose challenges Dakota has yet to encounter in her relatively brief career. The Brazilian submission skills, evident in her first career tap-out victory in 2020 after 26 professional fights, prove her commitment to evolving even in the later stages of her journey. Physically, both women carry the kind of knockout power capable of ending a fight with a single strike. Cyborg's 21 knockouts and 28 professional victories give her a staggering 75% knockout rate built over 2 decades of elite competition. This isn't the kind of power that fades with age. It's a natural, devastating force that only a few fighters are born with and carry throughout their entire careers. Dakota's knockout percentage is similarly impressive, but the difference in sample size is telling. On one side, you have a fighter who has proven her finishing ability in 31 professional bouts. On the other, a rising star who, while flawless through 15 contests, still has a relatively limited body of work at the highest levels of the sport. The weight class gap poses the biggest obstacle to a potential showdown between these two knockout artists. Dakota competes at flyweight, making the 125-pound limit, while Cyborg has spent most of her career at featherweight, cutting down to 145 pounds. That 20-pound difference translates into a significant size and strength advantage for Cyborg, but it also raises doubts about whether such a matchup would ever be sanctioned, or even make sense competitively. Still, the history of women's MMA has proven that weight classes can be more flexible than in men's divisions, with cross-division super fights between champions becoming increasingly popular among promotions and fans alike. So, can the Brazilian legend overcome Dakota, or has her sheer longevity and championship pedigree already proven her superiority? The truth may come down to timing. A 25-year-old Cyborg likely dominates any version of Dakota we've seen to date, but a 40-year-old Cyborg facing a rapidly improving, battle-tested Dakota creates a far more compelling and uncertain stylistic matchup.
Cyborg, there it is. There it is. Cyborg, put it on Van Duen. Knee to the body for Van. Oh, that might have hurt her. Van Duen just goes down to the floor. It's done. Steve Malzadani, he's seen enough. Oh, sorry, it might be out. And it's done. Just like that, Cris Cyborg.
What we do know is that Cyborg's knockout record speaks volumes, and her ability to finish fights early has remained a constant throughout her career. Whether she proves to be Dakota's greatest threat or has already cemented herself as a superior knockout artist in women's MMA may ultimately depend on how much longer the Brazilian legend chooses to build upon her extraordinary legacy. Liz Carmouche just sent a crystal-clear warning to Dakota Ditcheva after demolishing Gina Bishop to capture the 2025 PFL Women's Flyweight Tournament title. At 41 years old, Guerrilla shows no signs of slowing down, and now she has a sight set on the biggest fight in women's MMA today. So, what exactly did Carmouche say, and why could this potential super fight be massive for the sport? To answer that, we first need to look at what happened at PFL World Tournament 9 in Charlotte, where Carmouche entered the cage determined to make a statement. And she absolutely delivered, even in a hard-fought battle. Bishop nearly had Carmouche in serious danger during the second round with several tight submission attempts. But champions always find a way to survive. In the third, Carmouche turned the tide with a vicious counter left hook that sent Bishop crashing to the canvas, then sealed the deal with relentless ground and pound to score the TKO at 2:56 of the round.
Your thoughts on that matchup and how she's looking, how big could that fight be? I think that's a great fight to happen. I think she's called for it, the fans called for it. You can see it across Twitter and saying, like, one of the dream fights they want to see is White House, myself, and Dakota. And that's a huge bucket list item to do, like, fight in front of the president in the White House. Like, who would want to do that? And I think that Dakota and I both have the skills to make exciting, brilliant, to showcase everything that they want to see and make that the
Dominance on this round, in my opinion. Oh, here's and Liz Carmouche pounds out a World Tournament victory. What a great performance there by Liz. Oh, and this, she checked the box. That's another bucket list. She wanted the knockout, and she got it. Sweep from the hip. That's big. Wow. Nice. And a good follow-up.
In her post-fight interview, Carmouche made her intentions crystal clear. I would love to do a super fight at 135 pounds. Bring that division in and headline. I think that would be amazing. When Dakota is healthy, I'd love to get the chance to fight her. With this statement, Carmouche not only celebrated her tournament victory and a $500,000 payday, but also positioned herself for the biggest fight of her career. The win extended her remarkable post-UFC run to 12-1 since 2020, proving that she's operating on an entirely different level at this stage of her career. And if you want to keep up with more fight breakdowns like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and share this with other fight fans so you never miss the latest MMA action.